Hey everybody, and welcome to Geeks and Drinks. I'm Jason.
I'm Jordan.
And this week we got news about ducks, we have news about Thor, we have news about streaming options that won't fucking go away, which we'll get to that in a little bit. But let's start off with our random assortment of drinks this week. We haven't really had really a geeky drink in a while, and honestly, our fridge has been slowly but surely building up an assortment of random beers, and this week we decided let's just grab three.
Yeah, we're basically just
random
doing like
ones.
leftovers. Like, you know when you come home hammered after a long day of drinking? Like your Uber just kind of like rolled up and you rolled out. And you're just like, oh, thank God, those leftovers from 2 days ago at Chili's are still in the fridge. It's essentially what we're doing with beer.
Yeah, we got a collection of like Blue Moon, Sam Adams, 805, something called Chocolate Bach,
That's Sam Adams too, yeah. It's just...
and even a seasonal ale called Burr, BRRR. So I'll have that in a little bit. Let's
Which
see.
I think is almost a year old, because I'm pretty sure we bought that in a variety pack last year.
We probably did, so we'll see if it's any good.
Look, our choices were either this or a bunch of Not Your Father's root beer, or not Your Father's root beer.
Or just cider.
Like I said, it was like Not Your Father's root beer and alcoholic root beer that wasn't Not Your Father's, so I have no idea. Like I think there was like 3 different brands of boozy root beer that was in there. You know that, right?
This is the problem when I have family come over and they're like, let's drink, because they get ciders and
well, your
father-
one brother doesn't like drinking, so it makes sense. Let me phrase it. He doesn't like drinking beer, so
Yeah, no, he only drinks Fireball whiskey, specifically Fireball whiskey.
I didn't know you had a sister.
Well, I mean, considering what he only drank before that was
151.
No. He went 151 in college, and then when he got out of college, he's like, I want to drink something little not so collegey like. So he goes from 151 to Smirnoff Ices, and now he just goes to Fireball whiskey.
Look, at least I trained Dom to know better. Like, you realize I still never let him forget that.
Good, very good. Anyway,
Sorry, you guys have seen Dom, I think, maybe in an episode or two here and there.
Yeah.
Dom showed up at my apartment one day and was like, yeah, I brought beer if you want one. No, man, I'm good. Maybe later. Okay, well, they're in the fridge. About an hour and a half later, I walked to get water, opened the fridge, and there's a giant 12-pack. Oh, no, it was like an 18, whatever. The variety pack of Smirnoff Ices. And I'm like, God damn it, Dom. And he hates me because his first beer that he ever had was he tried to play Edward. He wanted to play Edward 40 Hands against me.
oh geez.
So I chose like the giant fuck off Newcastles. He couldn't drink Newcastle for like 2 years. Well, because the worst part is he was playing against me. So I'm like, all right, cheers,
That's already
buddy.
a significant
I
disadvantage.
stopped, pounded the first one, then sat there at the second one and like enjoyed it while he tried to drink the other one. He got maybe a quarter of the way through the second one. I'm like, all right, we're done now. Just fucking finish it. We got places and things to do.
Yeah. So, but anyways, let's get back to the stuff we're going to talk about. Let's talk about the thing we just watched today, DuckTales. DuckTales is back. The 2017 reboot. We're not going to talk about the 1996 reboot, which was god awful.
Oh god, I forgot that was a thing.
The Quack Pack, where
Whatever.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie were all like teenagers with attitude. Like,
Oh, I'm sorry. Do we not remember when Disney also had the Mighty Ducks cartoon? Where Wild Wing was the leader, and he got his sweet superpowers by throwing on, like, the gold mask?
the gold mask, and they had their headquarters underneath the pond. Yeah.
Yeah, man, because when they, as aliens, when they first showed up, it was the pond.
Yes.
And it's actually, like, I remember, like, even in the intro, they showed, like, the billboard of, like, the bullfrogs.
Yeah.
And then he became, Hot Wing, and then no one gave a shit. Because it's the fucking ducks.
Yeah.
Go Kings! Suck a butt! But, DuckTales, the new one, I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I liked that Huey, Dewey, and Louie actually had...
Separate personalities, separate
Yeah.
voices.
Well, yeah, I mean, before it was the same voice. Like, you technically could have yelled any one of the 3 names, and they all fucking sound the same.
And the only difference was the color of their outfit. Of
And
their
even
shirt.
then, it's knowing animation styles. There's probably random, like, some probably fucking YouTube video where you look it up, and it's like, yeah, here's where Dewey gets called Dewey, but if you notice, he's wearing a different shirt each time.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, I remember with Ninja Turtles, when I tried to rewatch those a couple years back again, I'm like, oh yeah, that's Donatello's voice coming from Raphael. Neat. Which is weird, because that's Rob Paulson, but
Yeah.
flipped now. But we also have David Tennant.
Yes, Scrooge McDuck.
Because David Tennant's gonna be mentioned a lot this episode.
Yes, he is, and for good, very good reason.
Fantastic reasons.
I think it was he did the part justice.
Oh, yeah.
Like he didn't have to do like I have to be like the the previous, I can't remember the actor's name, the voice.
It's not important.
Yeah, but he did his own way, his own thing.
Well,
but
yeah.
it kind of worked. Like it worked in the sense that he was a more crotchety old duck than is.
Well, he sounded like an actual old person as opposed to someone trying to be an old person.
Yes.
Like, like the subtlety of being old is actually there, because David Tennant's not that young anymore.
No.
And he actually is Scottish.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's just kind of, David Tennant, go do your voice.
Yeah.
We'll probably fix it in post, so it's probably, we're going to change and adjust what we got to.
Mm-hmm.
And that was probably it. Was it fucking John Ralphio is Dewey?
Yep.
Patrick Moynihan is Louis.
Louis.
And then Huey is fucking Danny Putty, but I didn't even notice him, really.
Yeah.
But then again, it was only the first 2 episodes that were on the YouTube, so...
But I think it worked out really well. Launchpad is dumb as rocks.
That's what it was
That's
supposed
what
to
it's
be,
always
though.
supposed to be, yeah.
I mean, I don't remember him being this specifically dumb.
Yeah, like,
But-
I'm a pilot, let's do this, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that was the whole joke. When did you become a pilot? Like, he had been saying it the entire episode. Did you know I'm a pilot?
Yeah.
Kate Magooch is Webby.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. Just look at one of the previous episodes, because when this got announced, we talked about it left and right. I mean, voice acting was fucking spot on. Like, a lot of the jokes I actually enjoyed.
Funnier than I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, let's feed a bunch of dumb jokes at kids. This is, we're going to make a show that's actually a throwback to something you adults knew, but at the same time, the newer audience can still enjoy.
Right.
But here's it's not dumbed down humor. It's jokes that are actually funny.
And there's definitely parts in there that the comedy came out of them being kind of serious for certain bits. Like, yes, the whole first scene that you see between Scrooge and Donald, it's like, yeah, no, there's history there that they're not happy with each other.
Yeah, they're
but
clearly
somehow,
grumpy.
like, the way they delivered it, it actually became very funny. It worked really well. Action is fine. The animation works well for it.
Was there random times where it like seemed delayed? So like when their eyebrows would move, there'd still be like a line there.
That's a
Was it something that's like because it's not?
No, that is a deliberate thing. That is an animation style.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it freaked me out because it'd be there and then it would be not there the next moment.
Yeah. No, that's a deliberate thing that they did there. I like the fact that it's not like the 90s style animation of the characters, but it's not as far as what's that stupid retro version of Mickey and Minnie you get right now on Disney Channel. They look like a cheap throwback to their original 1930s
So it actually
style.
looks animated as opposed to being cel shaded.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I like the style.
Bring
it
back
works
House
well.
of Mouse. I love that show.
I look at it as this is going to do well to the point they're going to bring back the Disney afternoon because there's already
they've already hinted at that like heavily, right?
There's plenty of Easter eggs and homages in this first episode to everything else.
I mean, I don't think you have to bring back everything. I mean, granted, I don't remember Darkwing Duck, so nah.
Darkwing Duck has already confirmed he's going to be in DuckTales.
No, but I mean, like, you don't need to give him like his own reboot.
I think he may. He may actually get it. They already make a blatant reference to Tailspin in the first 2 minutes of the episode when they were huh? Well, it was the style of Launchpad's plane is very similar to Baloo's from Tailspin. And at the beginning, where they are on the boat trying about to take off and whatnot, they're talking about going to Cape Suzette, which is actually where Tailspin was located at. I know, I'm full of useless 90s.
No, that's fine. It's one of those things like I cringe because I did not like that show growing up.
Really?
Yeah, which is surprising considering how much I love Baloo. I think it was the little kid and his little like flying boomerang thing. I'm like, no, fuck you. You're basically a furry version of Mowgli.
But come on, we had King Louie having his own bar/island. It was amazing. Come on.
Nope.
All right, fine, whatever.
I drink to forget.
Yeah.
And what, bonkers? We don't need that.
No, we really don't.
Yeah. You know what? I would rather the fat cheetah from Zootopia.
I already made that joke.
Just give me that because he's basically bonkers, right?
Yes, Bonkers, had a problem with his thyroid gland and learned, he moved
Which
to
is weird because
Zootopia.
the comedian or the guy who does that voice is actually one of my favorite like random actors that no one can remember. Because I loved him in She's Out of Your League. Just curse, just once, just say it. I'll give you $100. I won't say it, but I'll write it down. That doesn't count. But anyways,
overall,
dude,
I think
I enjoyed it. I definitely intend to tell other people to watch it.
yeah. And it's smart for Disney to put it out this early. It was last Saturday that they did a marathon of it, of playing that episode over and over again on their channel, and then they released this episode on YouTube.
So how the fuck do you marathon that when it's only 2 episodes
They
deep?
just replay it over and over and over again. But they get it hyped to let, like we're talking about it.
Yeah.
We're letting other people know, people let other friends know and family and whatnot, because the series not starting until late September.
No, there's like 2 months for that. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
so that's plenty of time for that to get viral and get out there. So, I definitely looking forward to it. The little bit at the end to try to add some more story that was always lost in the original versions.
Oh, the mom?
Who are the kids' mom?
Yeah.
So we'll actually get that sometime in the
John
series.
Ralphio as Dewey.
It works though.
Because there are times you'd hear it and like, that's John Ralphio.
Have to start him just, you know what's gonna
Why are
happen.
you like this pills, baby? Oh, I can only hope.
If anything, it could definitely happen. Probably one of those behind the scenes videos. You know it needs to happen.
Well, because the worst part is, the actor who plays him, and I feel bad 'cause I'm blanking on it. He used to show up on College Humor videos all the fucking time.
Oh, did he now?
Yeah.
Okay.
College Humor, like when I used to watch him all the time, there was videos like Jake and Amir, Hardly Working, Phantom of the Office.
Okay. In its prime heyday.
For me, anyways.
Yeah.
I occasionally the young kids like, did you see this new video? No. No. Or did you see this video? Yeah.
No,
I watched it like 6 years ago.
I have no hope for the future for the latest generation when they're watching fucking guy in a buffalo stupid video. I don't understand that video. Do not look that up.
But anyways, no, Jake and Amir, those old videos. The guy who played John Ralphio would show up as like Amir's cousin from New Jersey.
Huh.
And he was basically John Ralphio, just loud and obnoxious. And like the entire time, Jake's like, I fucking hate you.
Good times.
But yeah.
Yeah. Overall,
Fucking watch it. It's magic.
It's enjoyable. If anything's watch for David Tennant, he's magical in this. So go
and
check
Dewey,
that.
which is cool because they were kind of like the main focal point of both episodes.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
Yes. Jumping from something awesome to something questionable. There is another Batman movie, animated movie coming out. This is the first one since Killing Joke, isn't it?
Batman animated? I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Not well, if we're not counting the 66 one, that's wholly separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. Yeah, I
yeah.
want to see us because I know the Bad Blood and that whole series, that was before Killing Joke, because Killing Joke only came out last year.
Right.
I don't think has there actually been one since then?
No.
Like, I mean, just DC animated in general. I mean, other than
No.
60s Batman.
I think that's it. Because they announced it.
Well, because DC fucking doubled down on anything Batman, because anytime they tried to do anything else, it was not great.
But the thing is, though, you can watch a previous episode, but our review, the Killing Joke was, especially all the added content that was unnecessary, including a scene between Batgirl and Batman that made absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, the weird, like, subtle dick grab thing, where, like, her shirt comes off and you see, like, a hand go down. It's like, what? No.
Yeah, why?
Because they're trying to be dark and edgy. And we needed to pad this out because if we just did Killing Joke,
It'd
the
only
movie would
be
be
40
done in 20
minutes.
minutes.
But apparently they're going to keep along the Batman animated series animation style, which I'm all fine for because I have many, many fond memories of watching
later
that.
one.
Yeah, but still animated series, I'll take what I can get. But with this upcoming movie, it's actually Batman and Harley Quinn. The reason why we're bringing this one up is because apparently there's I think, really unnecessary, heavily implied sex scene between Harley Quinn and Nightwing. Do we need this? Is this like someone
She's a strong, independent woman. If she wants the dick, she'll get it. So, I mean, whatever. And then, I mean, let's be honest. Dick Grayson is the best Robin. Like, there's no way around
really
that.
is, yes.
By the way, I know they keep announcing that Dick Grayson's going to get his own movie or TV show.
Yeah, his
like
own
that.
Nightwing series, yeah.
I hope he does for 2 reasons. People are always giving comic book creator shit because the women are always scantily clad and in ridiculous poses like that fucking Spider-Woman thing that happened last year.
Yes.
There is one male character that I know the same thing happens to. Dick Grayson.
It's always Nightwing.
Like, he always has, like, it's like, good God.
Like,
Does that man actually walk anywhere? Or is he just, like, doing squats from point A to B? I mean, I am a heterosexual man.
Mm-hmm.
But that boy's ass.
Well, that's the whole thing, though. I would get messages from female friends like, have you read the latest Nightwing or see this latest from Dick Grayson? And it's, Dick Grayson staring in the background, and it's just like that ass. And I'm like,
yeah, he's always standing like a stripper or like a female superhero.
Yeah.
Where it's like the legs are like scissored like this, but like the ass is popped out for no reason.
Yeah.
And it's like, my God, man could probably crack a walnut just by flexing.
Which,
not even by inserting or having anyone near. He just flexes and the walnut cracks, even if it's like 3 feet away.
Yeah.
But anyways,
but we bring it back to,
not to sexually objectifying a man.
Oh,
it's more fun than a woman.
Speaking of sexually objectifying, we see in this scene of Nightwing tied to the bed pretty thoroughly by Harley Quinn.
It doesn't help that in this image that you have in front of us, he's
spread
fucking spread eagle.
Yeah.
He looks like he just showed up at his OBGYN appointment, and he was trying to fight it, so they're like, we're taping you down.
We end up with basically Harley going through all of her old outfits, turns off the lights, crawls into bed, fade to black. Next thing you know, they're laughing and having a good time, fully clothed, and Batman walks in the door, and he knows what the fuck just happened.
I can only hope there's like a deleted scene where he walks in and it's just like that scene in Super Troopers. It smells like sex in here.
I mean, it could be a fun, after scene. Did we need this, though? I mean, yes, we're obviously talking about it, but...
Never. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I said...
There were so many good storylines that they could have just fleshed out for these movies that didn't need to have this extra...
I'm going to wait to see, because who knows? Maybe it'll play into it. Maybe we're just... Again, the person who wrote this article, were they actually speaking from someone who had seen the film?
I don't believe so, no.
Yeah. So, I mean, for all we know, it could be... what's it called? In Beauty and the Beast, when what's-his-face? LeFou. LeFou is gay. Well, there was one fucking scene. You all blew this goddamn out of proportion.
Yeah. That's a very strong possibility.
So, I mean, it could be the same thing. Someone got a hold of one thing, and they're like, everyone's excited for this mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it will make its way out to theaters. I'm sure we'll probably go see it.
Yeah, it's theaters next week, I think, and then 2 weeks after
Something
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies, let's talk about the thing that everybody has been talking about for the past 24, 48 hours online. There's a company called MoviePass. It's been around for about 6 years now.
Didn't even know it existed.
It was one of these subscription services where you basically pay X amount of dollars, and you can go see technically as many movies as you want in the theater.
Well,
it's not like it's like a red box, but you're actually going to the theater itself. When it first started off, it was like $50, and it had like you can see all the movies as many times as you want. You have unlimited movie times, and you can go see this. Even at $50 a month, only like the most diehard moviegoers will enjoy that. Then it dropped down for a bit, and they had some problems for a while because they tried to do vouchers, and it didn't really work, which made no sense. Like, I want to plan out a movie screening like a week in advance so I can get a mail voucher in the
mail. Well, so it wasn't even that their voucher plan. Wasn't it kind of like with like the Disneyland pass system?
That's what I'm getting to.
Hey, you can bring a friend because you've been to X amount. Fucking get your ass to the theater.
Something like that. But now the way they have it set up is that you sign up for the service. They mail you basically a debit card.
Mm-hmm.
You use their app when you're at a location. You pick the theater, you pick the showtime, probably pick the seat. And then they will add the exact amount that you need, including tax, for that ticket onto the card. So you just walk up to the kiosk and swipe.
It's basically just a magic gift card.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Which, now that it's $10 a month, is actually pretty damn good because most movies you want to go see nowadays start at $10, if not more.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the most I've ever paid to go see a single movie for a single ticket was $22. And that was like at the ArcLight down in like Manhattan Beach or something like that.
I was gonna say, because we went and saw Logan when it first came out in like the big special fancy theater.
Those were $21 each.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was like 20 something already.
Yeah.
But
so there are stipulations on this. One, now you can only watch a movie in a 24-hour period. So if you go see a movie Friday night at 7 o'clock, you can, and you wanted to go see a movie the next night at 8 o'clock, you can. You just can't go see it like at 6.
Yeah.
It has to be 2D, no 3D, no big screen. Extravaganza. So if you wanted to go to your IMAX, your XDs, your Dolby Cinemas, that won't work with this. And you can only see each movie once. So if, say, you wanted to go see Baby Driver, you can see Baby Driver for,
But I can't go see it a
once.
second time?
You can't go see it a second time. So for those people who just want to check out all the latest movies, this is actually, you can live with that.
I feel like there's not enough.
We're not really the true target demographic for this, because of the fact there are people I know who
I mean,
will
like
go to
old timers, like on a fixed budget, where them, it's like I'm gonna go check out a matinee because it's Tuesday.
or the film students who have to go see everything to, yeah. There are some people who just enjoy the movie going experience to the point where they want to do it on a weekly, if not.
Well, no, it's one of those things. Like I took a bunch of film classes in college just because I was interested, and I never had to be like I needed to go see this movie for this reason. I mean, like the most complicated it got was like, yeah, you check out this list of movies at some point, and you can talk about them.
Right.
And it was always like, cool. It's a good thing I have Netflix. Now I need to wait for the DVD to come in the mail. Because that was like when their streaming service was still baby at best.
Right.
And like you had to hope. Like I remember I was on the wait list to get Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf for like 4 months.
Just because they didn't have that much
Because
stock.
they were just like, yeah, I'm assuming they only had like the one DVD. And like the person who had it before me was probably some like 80-year-old that saw it in theaters and has Alzheimer's. Like I don't know why or whatever reason. They're like, you're next on the list. Cool.
Whenever the disc shows up.
Yeah, it's like whenever we get it, we'll be ready. The worst part is like it came close to me getting it, but because what they'll do is they'll skip your queue. Like you have your DVD queue.
Right.
So every time it would, like, because I was always at the top, it would magically be like, well, it's not available. So here's this. And by the time I'd get the email, they was like, return this now so we can send you fucking your shit when it's ready. You have 24 hours to respond. Cool. It's Wednesday and you sent me that email on Monday. Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Cool story. I got so frustrated about 6 months ago. I saw it at Barnes & Noble. I've already seen it since then and loved it.
Right.
Fuck you. Just so I can say, fuck you, Netflix. I have my own copy. Still in the plastic.
I don't. I'm guilty of that. Yeah. Half the Blu-rays up there is like, I want this movie. I really enjoyed this movie in theaters. Let me go watch it again. 8 weeks later, we'll be hanging out and be like, let's go see this movie. Cool, here you go.
Oh no!
Didn't you buy this like a month and a half ago?
Oh no! When I had the Netflix DVD, I watched it like every day for like a week just to make sure it's like I'm getting my fucking time worth. Okay, Jordan's finally getting his yard time. He's getting the getting's good. It's a fantastic film though. If you've never seen it, I recommend it. But no, Movie Pass.
Yeah, so $10 a month. They just dropped the price, and everybody went fucking crazy for it online to the point where even today there's no way to get on the website to register. Because it's been organically DDoSed, basically. So many people are trying to get on this server to sign up for it that their computers really can't hold up, and so they've just been breaking all day long.
Well, it's like every day is Comic-Con registration day.
Yeah, pretty much. But not everybody's happy about this, which we're gonna get into my thoughts why in a moment. They've already had MoviePass had deals already with majority theater chains out there, AMC, Regal, and the like. There are a few independents as well. But for some reason, AMC, who has been a partner with this since like 2000,
yeah, since like the beginning, pretty much,
for like the past 4 years, now all of a sudden it's like, no, we don't like this, and even though we have a deal with you, we're gonna publicly announce we are going to find a legal way to break our contract.
Yeah, like we're not even going to try to be sneaky about it.
Yeah. And here's my whole thing about that. Why? If MoviePass had a deal where they struck a contract with AMC, for example, that, they can buy X amount of tickets at a discounted rate, I could see them getting pissed off. If it was, they just structured a deal with AMC, but AMC gets to pay directly and MoviePass just gets like the residual or something like that, I can see them getting pissed off. But when the issue is someone has a debit/credit card and they're going to pay the full value of the ticket, and you're going to have more people in, more butts in seats, where you will have a higher chance of getting more
Turnover
money.
from concessions.
Yeah, because concessions is basically where they make their money,
Yeah.
not the movies themselves. Why are they so pissed off about this? I mean, do they think it's going to cheapen the movie going experience because there's going to be a lot of people in the theater now?
Isn't AMC the same motherfuckers who are gonna have like a kids theater room? Weren't they the same ones that still had we're gonna have our texting only screens?
Yes, they tried. We'll do the texting only things, and then the online backlash was so severe.
and
Within
everyone-
36 hours, they're like,
we
"No,
have-
we're kidding."
Yeah, we have this really neat idea. Everyone gave them the finger, and they're like, "Oh no, we're just joking." Whoopsies.
Yeah, no, it was. Plus, they're also owned by a Chinese conglomerate, so.
But here's the thing. I enjoy going to the movies.
Mhm.
I could never see myself doing this.
Do you not see yourself going that often?
Yeah,
or-
pretty much.
Really?
I don't go to the movie theaters once a month. Like you and Jess, you guys go every so while. You guys probably go once or twice a month.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Mhm.
But let's be honest, I really only go to the movies when you and Jess tell me we're going to the movies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
Yeah.
So being that I maybe go a fourth of the amount of time you guys go,
Mm-hmm.
something like this isn't really worth it to me.
Which is funny, you mentioned that because you would be their prime demographic. Because you gotta imagine, there's gonna be people out there who are saying, "I'm gonna take advantage of this for $10 a month. I'm gonna go see a movie every single day."
That
and
balling on a budget?
Yeah, completely just gaming the system to its maximum potential. But they're all about it's like gym memberships. You pay $30 a month.
Exactly.
You go for like a month, maybe a month and a half,
Yeah.
and then there's like a 3-month stint where you're still paying and you haven't been at all.
That's my fear.
Yeah.
I know me
There's-
well enough that would be the issue.
And with $10 a month, it's almost at the point where you look at it and go, I really
It's
should
just enough
should
for
go.
an impulse where you're like, okay, like buying a Red Bull or a candy bar when you're checking out.
Yeah.
It's small enough you're like, yeah, why not? But it's
You see it in your credit card like, oh, I should go. Well, I'll just make sure I go next month and I'll be perfectly fine. And you forget about it, and that happens 2, 3, 4, 6 times, eight
or
times.
that, and it's like, well, I saved money by I saw a movie last week, so this is really like a free movie for me. Well, I'll get a popcorn and a soda or something. Oh, look at that! I just spent $15.
Yeah.
Like
Which-
that small amount of math builds in the back of my head. It's like, nah, not worth it.
Oh yeah, like for Jess and I to go to the theater, you go there, get seats. Now, granted, I'm kind of spoiled the fact that I really enjoy Dolby. I will pay the $20 a seat to go see it. Then I'll spend an extra $20 for us
Make
to
sure Jess gets her icy. You guys have your popcorn to share. You have your candy.
Yeah. The full experience will cost me like $80. And me going on this, $10 a month each. So I pay $10 for mine. I'm still gonna pay an extra $25 to go eat, the snacks and whatnot.
Dude, I used to love when I was a server because I would get like a random Tuesday off.
Right?
I would go to the Starlight City over there in Anaheim.
Mhm.
And I had to go there. I'd be like, cool. Jordan, what are you doing today? I'm going to go watch movies. Oh, yeah, but what time are you going to be done watching a movie? I don't know.
Sometime
What do you
late
mean?
tonight.
Well, I'm going to get there. I'm going to go see this movie. Then afterwards, I'm going to go see that movie. Then afterwards, I'm going to go see that movie.
Yeah. And if I feel peckish, I'll go across the street to Knollwoods.
No, fuck that. There was that cool bar that was like just right next door to it, or there was Out of the Park Pizza across the way.
Well, there you go.
Or In-N-Out. Knollwoods. What's wrong with you?
I like Knollwoods.
Okay, but when it's Out of the Park Pizza,
Which
it
I
has
never
that
had.
Chuck Norris pizza. And let me tell you, it's the only
Wait,
place.
Define Chuck Norris pizza.
It's basically like a buffalo chicken pizza, which is like all meat.
I'm
Google
lis-
it. It's
I-
fantastic.
I'm listening.
Dude, we built their website technically for a little while until they kicked us off. We worked at MoPro.
Oh no, shit, that's right.
But no, Out of the Park Pizza, like their whole thing was, they had like at least 20 beers on tap at all times. Mm-hmm. Do you want to guess what 2 beers you would never see on tap there?
Bud and Bud Light.
Bud Light, Coors Light.
That was close enough.
And by that I mean you'll never see Budweiser, you'll never see Bud Light, you'll never see Coors Light, you'll never see Coors or any kind of variation of thereof. They made it abundantly clear. We have craft beer. If you don't want craft beer, you're at the wrong place. But no, I would sit there because I remember like in one afternoon I saw like, I saw a bunch of bullshit movies. Like I remember one of them was like Maze Runner.
You actually saw Maze Runner
Yeah,
in theaters?
I saw Maze Runner because Becca wouldn't. She kept talking about it.
Okay.
So I went and saw it just so I can be like, all right, let me see what this
I
is
saw
about.
it. That's it. Yeah.
It actually wasn't bad. I still
Okay.
feel bad for never finishing it because there's like it's one of those young adult things where there's more.
5 or 6 movies or something.
There's 4 in total, I think. I think they only made 3, and the 4th one never got. Like the main actor got hurt while filming at the end of the 3rd one, so like shit. 4th one may not happen. I don't think it ever did. Then I saw Dracula Untold.
Which was supposed to be what the launch of the Dark Universe,
That
right?
was supposed to be the start of the Dark Universe.
But it was so
I mean,
bad.
The Mummy is the start of the Dark Universe. You know when you hold A for too long when you play Mario Kart at the beginning of the race, and you have that
It
false start?
blows up and
That's Dracula Untold.
a more apt comparison.
Just
could
kidding,
not be-
guys. Now we've got this. Fuck, we messed this up too.
Yes.
Movie needed more Brandon Fraser. That's all I'm saying.
But back to Movie Pass. So AMC's all pissed to hell. We can't figure out why. They're getting paid full price. It's getting butts in seats. They're going to make a boatload more money with concessions. I think it's a win-win all around.
There's something we're probably missing though.
Okay, the only thing that I can imagine what's going on, why they can sell this at such a low price, is because they're either partnered with or has a majority shareholder from a data analytics firm.
But see, even with data
So-
mining or anything like that,
Which, I mean, that's the thing though. They can make a boatload of money getting tens of millions of people jumping on this all at once. Analyzing all their data, like this age range likes to go see these kinds of movies at this type of location at these times, and sell that information to other companies to make a boatload of extra cash to offset the
Yeah, but see,
obvious
I
loss they're
get
going to
that,
make on
but
the.
that doesn't affect AMC.
No, it does not, and that it goes back to that. Like, I can see how they can make a profit, or Movie Pass can make
Yeah.
a profit. Why AMC is being butthurt, I can't figure that out. And
That's why I think there's something hidden that we don't know about,
yeah,
and that's probably in the deal. Like, in order to sign up this, you'll get your money,
Mm-hmm.
but you're cool with this.
I think it's kind of beneficial that I'm waiting about a week before I sign up, Jess and I, for this, because within that week, I'm sure something's the other shoe's gonna drop, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's this, and it's like,
Yeah, it's like,
oh,
oh, fuck.
yeah. Now, if it doesn't, or even if it drops and it's not that bad, and it's something we just talked about right now, like they're gonna sell your information. Fine.
I have a Gmail account. Go for it.
I'm kind of screwed anyways in terms of data privacy.
And I
go
have
for it.
I have Facebook and a Gmail account. What the fuck more do you want?
Yeah. It's ridiculous. So, anyways, moviepass.com, you can go check it out. If you can get the website up, you can pay $10 a month, and you can go see a movie a day for, an entire month.
You can see 30 movies
Yeah.
as long as there's 24 hours in between the two.
Yeah.
Which that's how it would fuck over my whole thing of I'm just going to spend one day and I'm going to catch up.
Yeah.
Because it's me. The only thing I know how to do is binge. Or sorry, if there's one thing I know how to do, it's definitely I know how to binge.
Well, yes.
Want me to feel bad about that? Fuck you.
No, I mean, we got plenty of stuff to drink when you don't really want to drink all that much out in public because it's expensive as hell.
That is
So
true.
you buy a 12, 18 pack of God knows what, a nice variety pack of something, and you go home and you binge Netflix or
Well,
any
yeah.
other streaming services
Well,
out there.
Netflix. Because this Friday's Defenders.
Yes, it is. And the results, the reviews already out for the first 4 episodes. They're optimistically positive.
Yeah. What was the last one they released?
Okay, most of the reviews out have basically said, and I quote, "There is less Iron Fist in this series."
But Iron Fist got such a bad rap. Like,
He did.
everything
We can
about
go-
that wasn't his fault.
We've gone down that rap multiple times on past episodes,
God.
so we won't get to that. But
Although one of the reviews I did read was like Iron Fist still smug.
the reason why I'm bringing this up is because Netflix is going to have more and more competition, and they've been doing what they can to prepare themselves for. Some people will call it an onslaught. Others will just call it it's going to happen. This was an inevitability. Other companies like Starz and Fox have started pulling their own content from Netflix to start their own streaming services. And the latest company to do that was actually a big one. It was Disney.
Okay, but here's the weird thing about Disney. When I first heard that it was splitting, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because, first off, I apologize to any moms out there. That sounded douchey, but I'm still okay with it. Most of the time, I don't go fuck what their opinion is. Because chances are, it's fucking terrible and I'm not going to agree with it. But one of my coworkers, she is a mom. She's really cool, and I actually asked her how she felt about this. She was like, "Well, I'm kind of sad because my child watches a lot of the stuff that's on Netflix, a lot of the Disney stuff that's on there." I'm like, "Well, if they were to split and go and do their own thing, would you buy it?" She goes, "Well, it depends on how much it is."
Yeah.
So your argument isn't yes or no. It's there's already the chance there. Your main argument is how much is this going to set you back?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I'm like, okay, but here's the thing. Disney now contains Marvel. It now contains LucasArts and regular Disney. That's including live-action Disney, animated Disney, not to mention any of their TV shows. Fucking DuckTales.
Yep.
Any of that shit could be on there.
Yeah.
The only twist to that was it like 4 days later, they came out and it's like, well, Netflix is still trying to beg and plead to keep Marvel to stay.
Yes. They're trying to make that deal that Lucasfilm and Marvel movies can stick on Netflix for the time being. There's no plans right now to remove any of the Netflix Marvel series like Defenders, Daredevil. Yeah, those things will, for the foreseeable future, will stay on there because both companies paid a boatload of money into it. So for Disney to try to turn around and say, no, we're taking our properties back, Netflix would go, no, you're paying us back we paid a boatload of money for this. So those things will still be there. But with Disney basically saying they're going to,
we get to keep Daredevil and Punisher. You can keep your Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It'd be so much better. But anyways, with Disney saying at the end of 2018 they will be launching their own service, taken away from Netflix. People thought this is going to be a horrible thing for Netflix, but really, Netflix has been planning this stuff for years. When they first started with DVDs, everybody loved them. Then they went to Netflix for streaming before everybody else, before internet problems were an issue, and people...
Well, they were the first to go out there and plant their digital flag.
Yes.
I mean, that's why it's Netflix and chill. Netflix has already proven itself to be a name brand.
Exactly. And so when they turned around and all these other companies started pulling their old content, all those TV series that Netflix had, Netflix has already been planning that for years before and said, cool, that's fine. We're going to have more original content. Let's throw a boatload of money at Kevin Spacey. We're going to make House of Cards. And it's been a monumental hit for them. And they've been going farther than that, saying, okay, we're going to spend more money now, and we're going to grab content from around the world and make it available internationally. That's a moneymaker right there. They have stuff from Japan, stuff from Europe, stuff from Russia, stuff from South Africa.
Well, yeah, because last week they came out with a list of like, these are all the anime we're getting first now.
Yeah, and that huge thing. They are directly paying for, I think, 4 new series from major studio heads in Japan, animation production studios.
That's what you were talking about that when you came back from AX. You're like, dude, they were one of the big contenders this year. It's no longer, it's Funimation, Crunchyroll, and whatever random ass streaming service. Now Netflix is blatantly not throwing their hat, unzipped their pants and threw their dick in the ring and said, no, we're going.
Yeah. Now I still have problems with how they're doing stuff binging versus simulcasting, but that's a whole other topic we're not going to get into this episode.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we won't get into that this episode, but I did want to bring up Netflix because they're prepared for these splits. That's not the main topic I want to bring up. The main topic I'm bringing up is the whole reason why these companies started doing cord cutting and actually going out there and creating their own content online and saying, instead of putting our content somewhere else, let's pull it back, let's make our own app, and we can charge you $5 to $10 a month for direct access to our content alone. Now, cord killers trying to get away from the $100 to $300, if not more, a month bills for cable. We're like, this is a godsend. I am paying way too much money a month to pay for like 4 golf channels and Univision or something like that, and I don't watch any of that. Why am I paying for it?
Yeah, you get your your buffet style.
Yeah, they want the a la carte package. They couldn't get it for the longest time, so a lot of people turned to piracy. But now that it's become to the point where the majority of the content out there is available directly from the creators or the distribution company themselves, people are like, cool, I now have an a la carte option for all these different series and movies and other types of digital content that I want.
And now we're fucked.
And now you're almost paying the exact same amount that you were paying for cable. The only difference is, instead of having one bill a month, and having the
Instead
ease
of one $300 bill, you have 30 $10 bills.
Yeah, you have 7 or 8 bills, all due at different times. You have to deal with authentication issues and different UI schemes, and none of them want to work with each other. I mean, I know Apple's trying to push with their Apple TV thing, and they're starting to go in the right direction with it, but that is far from the perfect solution for it. But it became also a part of one bill, and you had the ease of use.
It's a bubble.
And now we have
that point.
Yeah, you can buy almost everything you want separate. I can go online and buy a season of The Walking Dead, or I can buy a season of Star Wars Rebels for like $20, and I get to watch it directly. Fantastic. Or I can spend $7, $8 a month and watch it on a stream of another app that has the access for the time being, but that's not a permanent thing. So everything is now up in the air. Everything is now up in flux. Is this better? Now, I am all for getting away from cable and from what's called the outrageous prices. And yes, the a la carte options I appreciate the most. But it's, I have to say, there's a podcast I listen to all the time called Cord Killers.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Brushwood and Tom Merritt. Guys are phenomenal. They know what they're talking about. Highly recommend it out. Check it out. cordkillers.com.
I enjoy them. One of them annoys the shit out of me, but the other one I enjoy.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, I kind of agree with Brian on this one, that he's brought this up.
Is it
that
the one
like,
that I hate or the one that I like?
one did you hate?
Okay.
That he kind of misses the ease of use of cable, where it's like, yeah, I'm paying for a bunch of stuff that I don't need, but I know it's always there. I know that I don't have to figure out what app this is on, or what box do I have to connect to. Is it the Apple TV? Is it the Roku? Is it the Amazon Fire Stick? Oh, do I have a phone hooked up to it so I can, log in and authenticate? Which series is it on? Is it that one? Okay, perfect. Or with cable, it's like, cool, click.
That's user error.
I wouldn't even call it user error.
That's like,
That's
okay,
that's
no,
ease of use.
The way you described it, it's like having a box of cables, look at it going, say, grab me the one HDMI cable that's in there. Okay,
I'm not
cool.
really following you, because I can like, okay, cool, HDMI, here you go.
No, you've seen the box of cables that I have.
Oh yeah, okay, your box of cables, yes. That rat's nest of something.
It didn't used to be that way, but unfortunately, as Dr. Malcolm has coined, life will find a way. We're fucking roommates. But if you just keep it simple,
Yeah.
like literally, you've seen my phone. I'm not one of those people who have like a million bajillion apps.
Right.
I have all my apps in one place. And literally, I just go, cool. Done.
But yes, I'm pretty much the same way as
Okay.
well. And the majority of my stuff is, works with the Roku or my phone. I have it synced down to a science.
Don't get me wrong.
Point.
I don't doubt that there's a certain saturation point, because there are people who think they need to have it all.
Yeah, I don't understand. But those people are the prime demographic for cable.
My buddy Brian. Love the guy. He has both Funimation and Crunchyroll.
I have no problem with that.
And I think there's probably some other one he has too that I can't think of, but whatever. He probably has to sit there and think, well, what anime do I need to get to watch this one? Is it going to be on this or that? No. I have Crunchyroll that I steal from you. And if it's not on there, I don't need to watch it. I don't need to be involved. I don't need to have everything. If
You don't need to have the
fantastic.
ocean of content.
Yeah.
You just want to
And
have.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think people are getting lost in that ocean. They want everything, but they want to feel like they got it at a price, which is why they're okay with, I'm going to cut cable. I'm no longer spending $300 a month. That's cool.
$10 a month for
But you're
for
technically
Netflix.
spending about $320 because now you have your fucking 35 different a la carte apps and shit like that.
Not to mention the $70 a month you're paying for cable for internet.
For what reason? At what end? You've made your life more complicated for the sake of convenience.
See, I'm hoping.
To me, that's user error. That is not.
I am hoping for the day, and it will happen, that I will be able to sit on the couch or at my computer or whatever, have my little phone or remote or whatever doohickey it is, a plum bus or whatever, and I can just go up and say, I want to watch House of Cards, the latest episode. It'll know exactly who has it, on what service, and how to set it up, and it's just boom, it works on my screen.
Isn't that the point of the Fire Stick?
But the Fire Stick talks, you talk to it, but it's not completely precise. Plus, also, it won't have everything on there. Yes, it'll have stuff for Amazon Video. Yes, I believe it may search on Netflix, but say if you want to watch something on... Oh,
It searches
God.
on something. I have no idea.
Yeah, but
Becca talked about it and showed me once where literally she's like, yeah, it's the most adorable thing. When the girls start complaining that they want to watch their show, all I have to do is pick up the remote, push the button, and be like, Bubble Guppies. And
Yeah.
it's whatever the fuck Bubble Guppies. I don't fucking know.
No,
That was the example she used. And then TV's like, cool, I know what you got.
right.
Show us what you got. And then it'll bring up the list of like, okay, it's streaming here. You can watch on demand here. These are the episodes you have recorded, and these are possible showing listings later.
And see, I'm kind of the point where you have those options. That's more than what I was asking for. If I pulled the remote and say, I want to watch the latest episode of Rick and Morty,
That's lazy.
I don't call it lazy.
I want this, and I want it now.
I want to be waited on hand and foot.
That's lazy.
I want-
That's instant gratification.
It is instant
You are
gratification.
the bullshit.
That is what I want.
You are just like the bullshit millennials I work with.
You take
Yeah,
that back.
No, I am.
No, you take that
I am
back.
comparing you to my coworker Frank. Frank is the one that I keep making fun of the millennial word of the day. You are Frank in this scenario.
God, no. Hell no. It is something that I want to be able to go home, sit down, and relax and watch what I want without having to deal with anything else. Can I go through that? Yes. Do I go through that? Yes. Do I
I'm sorry
want
I'm
to?
burdened with too many options when I ask my TV something.
Yes. I want it to happen for me. I want to have a digital concierge go to me and basically say, what do you want to watch today? Cool. I want to watch this. Perfect. Thank you, sir. Would you like a martini as well? Thank you.
Yeah, I want to be able to walk home, open the door, drop trowel, and immediately get a BJ, but that's not exactly in the cards now, is it?
Well, you got to find a partner first for that type of
Fuck
stuff.
that.
Or you can find there are a
shit sounds
plethora of things
exhausting.
you can buy from Japan.
Oh, God.
Okay, we're going way up.
So anyways, cord cutting has now gotten useless.
I disagree.
Because it's become over encumbered with all its no. The problem is
It's over encumbered if you are like certain people who want to have everything.
you mean that thing I just said about being lost in an ocean of choices?
Yes. I just want people to say I have this, this, and this.
Oh, you're the worst.
Do I need to have everything? No. The only thing I really use the cable for is to watch live sports. And even then, I'm
You
paying
got fucked over recently.
Huh?
You got fucked over recently.
Yeah.
I paid
fuck
this
that.
much for Red Zone, so I get to watch my shit, right? No, it's preseason. What? For an extra $100, you can watch this game. You
After it
fucking
ended.
kidding me?
Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm already gonna pay the $200 for not Red Zone, but
NFL Sunday Ticket?
Sunday Ticket, so I can just watch Patriots wherever they're at, regardless of where I'm at.
Good, because that Red Zone thing's annoying.
Or it jumps from game to game.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah, but when you want to watch your game,
Oh, it's horrible at that point. If there's not a game that I'm,
for that, it's probably fantastic because you're just constantly.
especially if I'm doing fantasy football, cool. I just watch this and this and this, and it's 7 hours straight. It's awesome.
Oh.
But if I want to watch the Patriots, no, fuck that. I'm gonna watch the Patriots game.
Yeah.
I don't have the luxury of flying to Boston to watch it. Anyways,
But yeah, streaming services getting ridiculous. Did we mention that Apple wants to throw their hat in the ring for this as well? I know you mentioned earlier. See, the problem is, again, camera, you're here now, and lovely people watching this for whatever reasons. I'm sure you have yours. I have mine. I like to hang out and drink and talk nerd. But the problem is, Jason and I often have the very similar conversations that we're having now. The only difference is you're not here to watch it.
Right. These microphones aren't here.
Gloriously run into a wall at full speed. But I remember we were talking about Netflix is spending $6 billion
Yeah, this year
for all
alone.
their chicanery.
Yes.
And then Apple is dropping $1 billion to have their own streaming service, which, I mean, we don't need to spend that much time talking about it because I think we can sum it up in 2 words.
Yeah.
Apple Music.
Apple's going to try to jump into this market, and they have the money to spend on it. They have $240 billion in the bank. $1 billion is a drop in the bucket for them.
Man, I totally look forward to spending $10 a month so I can watch carpool karaoke.
Oh, God.
But yeah, no, I mean, I honestly think this is going to come and go. I immediately thought of the meme I sent you where Apple Music on their Twitter was like, hey, what's everybody listening to this weekend? Spotify.
And yes, there are a bunch of people out there who will send out tweets saying, how artists get ripped off by all these streaming services. We're not going to talk about that right now. I'm not agreeing. I'm not disagreeing. That is the market it is right now. Not many people are willing to spend, was it, 20, 30 bucks sometimes on a single CD for an album.
Oh, it's like 15.
Yeah.
It's somewhere between 10 to 15. I'm not even joking. I went to Best Buy not that long ago just to be curious. Like, just to peruse to see what they even have.
And here in the H section, known as physical media.
Yeah. Really? Coming from you? That's adorable.
It used to be worse.
Yeah, I know.
It used to be much worse.
Before Jess took over with all her arts and crafts and other shit, this place was a museum to dead media.
Hey, I like my manga. I like my anime.
And then what was your excuse for all the magazines that were just about manga or anime?
Those are relics.
Those boxes
that need
upon
to be,
boxes.
They need to be saved and preserved for future generations' use.
Who's gonna read that? The internet's a thing.
Physical media needs to be saved. I can't back this up. I'm a hypocrite.
I so look forward to the day, like if there's, when Trump and Kim Jong get their way, just the only thing that's gonna be left is a box of your anime bullshit, and someone's gonna find it and be like, so it turns out back in the old days, this is all they had to read. Just creepy anime bullshit.
Just like a Japanese anime.
My eyes for days. But anyways, from there, streaming services becoming way too fucking out there.
Yeah. No, Apple's getting into the game itself. We're going to have another competitor. Disney's having its own. People are going to spend a lot more money, or I hope it'll turn around to the point, if we don't get the digital concierge, that we will get people to realize that I only need to have these, 4 things and only pay, $20 a month and be fine with it. I'd be perfectly fine with stuff like that. So we'll have to
be
see.
like a centralized thing, like if Hulu could get their shit together, and if Netflix can go back. Like when Netflix and Hulu first came out, fucking fantastic. You only needed the 2 apps and everything was there.
That was it.
And then when slowly everyone started to leave and do their own thing, it just became ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyways, we have a boatload of other stuff to talk about. We're going to briefly mention. We're calling it the quick hits. There's a new Thor Ragnarok international trailer release that actually features Doctor Strange at the beginning.
Would we call it international? It's basically a trailer from Japan.
It's international. It's not in the United States. I call it international. Mission Impossible 6 is going to be production hold for at least 9 weeks because during a recent stunt of Tom Cruise jumping from rooftop to rooftop, his ankle decided to not make the jump, and yeah. So he's going to be out for at least 9 weeks. We may even longer. We'll have to find out more information as time goes by.
Photos of Cable came out from Deadpool. There was 2 that were released. We get to see Josh Brolin as Deadpool.
I actually really dig how he turned out.
I mean, he has the dude bro douche haircut, but I guess whatever.
Everything else I'm perfectly fine with. Yeah, it works out well. I have massive hopes for that film. Bit of a sad note, though. One of their stunt women on the team unfortunately passed away due to an accident.
And it was her first film, too.
Something like that. I was like, oh, God, that sucks.
Right out the gate, she got screwed.
Yeah. So, but they did resume production, I think, today. So, and everybody's being very supportive of the situation.
Well wishes.
Yes. As well, Daniel Craig officially announced last night that he is returning for Bond 25 that we all knew was going to happen anyways, and that it quote-unquote will be his last. You're kind of wishing it already was his last, right?
No, I wish he would have stopped at Spectre, or before Spectre. Well, Spectre would have worked. I mean, you couldn't have a new actor in Spectre just because, again, that movie's a giant love letter to everything Bond.
Yes.
But I've been hoping that Daniel Craig's been done for a while.
Come on, don't you want another Quantum of Solace?
He's your Bond, not mine. Remember, anything you mock, it's like he's your Bond.
Hey, all Bonds have had good and bad movies, with the exception of George Lazenby. His were all bad because he only had one.
Okay, Sean Connery.
He had some bad ones.
In comparison to the other ones?
Roger Moore.
His worst Bonds are better than some of the better Bonds' best
We've watched all of them together.
Do you want to have this conversation again where I'm right and you're wrong?
You're not. Oh, okay, fine. I'm just going to sit here and drink. You talk about the next thing.
Just saying, they're fantastic. There's no topping Connery. But anyways, no, David Tennant's confirmed to show back as the Purple Man, Kilgrave in fucking Jessica Jones season 2.
You think it's going to be a flashback? I think it's going to be one of those that he is going to be
It's-
in her head.
Yeah, it's either a flashback or a mirage, some bullshit where he's not actually there.
Yeah.
David Tennant making a second appearance.
Awesome. And he's also having an upcoming series as well with
He is.
Michael Sheen, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Basically, there's a story that was written by Neil Gaiman. Fuck, I'm forgetting the name. It's like Angels and Demons or some shit like that, where Michael Sheen's going to be playing the angel part, David Tennant's going to be playing the demon.
Ah, yes.
And it's basically them bombing around together. I think like trying to find God or something. I unfortunately have not read the story. I only found out about it because they announced the casting for this.
So, time to hit your local comic shop and pick it up.
I don't think it's a comic. I think it's a full-blown story.
It's a graphic novel. So.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the reason why I knew that was because Michael Sheen had said like he had read it like many years ago, and he was a huge fan, and he was excited to be a part of it.
Well, Neil Gaiman's a phenomenal
He's
author.
fucking
so.
been around forever, but
Yeah.
still.
Sure. In a recent stream on Twitch, where one of the voice directors of the Star Wars Force Unleashed video game was mentioning stories stating that the main character of the Force Unleashed series, Starkiller, almost became canon. He was actually talking with Dave Filoni, who's the head of...
Reintroduced as canon.
I know. With Disney, let's take over LucasArts. Cool. Let me take this chainsaw and just hack off 90% of the expanded universe.
It needed to happen.
It really did need to happen, and I think it actually is for the better. But yes, there was a possibility of Starkiller coming back and reintroducing as canon.
I mean, let's be honest.
in
Sam,
Rebels.
Sam Witwer, the guy who did the voice of Starkiller, fucking looks like Starkiller already. So any medium you would have introduced it to, it's like, yeah, that would work.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been in Star Wars Rebels, so it would have been just voice acting, and he's perfect for that role, anyways.
Yeah, he's done that shit already.
As of today, when we recorded this on the 16th, the director of Kong Skull Island went on a massive tirade, massive rant against CinemaSins, the YouTube series that makes fun and has satire of.
Well, it's a channel they have, or is it an actual thing?
No, they actually have.
So, yeah, because I know CinemaSins is Yeah, CinemaSins is like the channel, isn't it? And then there's
Yeah,
like honest trailers.
is the channel, but then they had the CinemaSins show where they have what we watch. Like
I watch all of it, but usually it's here, so I don't follow and subscribe all of it.
Okay. But I watch them all the time. They're funny as hell. He inserts his own jokes. It's satire. It's entertainment and whatnot. They actually have their own.
He does it because he cares.
But the thing is, he has his own film podcast where him and the other creator sits there and honestly talks about these series or these movies for hours on end and like great insight. And they talk about the good, bad,
it's
and
like
ugly.
they clearly know their shit and they're doing this because
This
they
part
love.
is just satire. Well, their latest thing was for Kong Skull Island, and the director lost his shit on Twitter and went on this thread like 40 or 50 tweets long about it. What the fuck is wrong with these people? How dare they just make a buck off our hard work? We're here in the film industry making something, and all they're doing is regurgitating our stuff and making a buck off of it. I was like, what the hell is wrong with you? Do you not even know what this all is about?
Let's be honest, that movie didn't do as well as I think they were hoping, so I think he's probably felt on the attack a while. I think the last thing he didn't understand the joke, and I think he just misinterpreted it wrong.
Yeah. So I'm sure they'll probably do an apology or they'll have him as a guest on this podcast or something in the future. Just to talk about it. Some bullshit. But the last thing is that a lot of people have been enjoying Rick and Morty, the season 3. We have as well. A lot of people were watching the first 3 episodes that were streaming on AdultSwim.com.
Dude, I've been loving those Chitro or whatever the fuck it is, the music videos.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Shrifty's a good one. Human's a good one.
The latest one
Rick.
of Num Num or
Yeah, Noob.
Noob. There it is. God, that was a good one. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because a lot of people got pissed off this last week for Rick and Morty when they turned on AdultSwim.com on their computers or phones and tried to watch the new episode, and instead you had a bunch of writers and random interns in really shitty, purposely shitty outfits.
Yeah, it looks like they jimmied it together that day.
Recreating that new episode, just rewriting it or rereading it. And a lot of people were like, what the fuck? Why was this happening? They couldn't do it forever. It is an extremely popular series right now. It's going to make a boatload of money, but they're not going to do that if they're just streaming it online for free.
Someone needs to pay for it.
Yeah. So, after the first 3 episodes, and they threw it into a behind a paywall. So if you have cable or satellite or you pay for Hulu or something like that, you can still watch it. You just got to sign in. Those people don't pay for that.
I'm sorry, don't be butthurt because you don't pay for something that you don't get to enjoy it.
But they themselves already knew this was going to happen because in their little commercial slots, the white text
Yeah.
over the black background. They said, yeah, we are no longer streaming these on AdultSwim.com. The last part of that bit was pirates start your engines.
Yeah.
They know what's going to happen.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like with the first episode of season 3, that was it was only streamed for a short amount of time, and they took it down. Fuck, I had to rely on YouTube because I loved that. I loved watching it.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I was still using Hulu to watch seasons 1 and 2. I mean, fuck, I think I've seen all of Rick and Morty probably 4 times now, if not more.
Good man.
Because it's just something that's fun and it's a quick binge. But I mean, if the option's there to pay for it, I'm going to. It's how you support and you get more seasons. By paying for it and watching it, that's how you can ensure your show's going to get a next season.
But isn't that part of the ocean of content that you...
Not really. You seek it out. Again, cable. You can set a DVR. I'll watch it when I get to it.
Yeah.
If I want to. The fact that it's not... the way people are making it sound is like they took it down off the internet so no one can watch it anymore. No, that's not the case.
They want to get paid.
If you have Hulu, fucking go watch it there.
Yeah.
If you have cable, like you pay for cable.
Might as well use that for authentication.
Go to adultswim.com. Just click on it and then log in. Be like, yeah,
And
this is
magically,
my email address. That's the password for the login. Oh yeah, I have AT&T Uverse. Oh look at that, I can watch my fucking show again. They just want to ensure that the artists actually get paid for it.
Yeah.
It's not like they're asking something ridiculous. It's like, hey, you enjoy this, right? Yeah. You want to support it, right? Yeah. Cool. Just help pay for it so we can keep making these. Ooh,
Yeah.
That's where you got me. It's like,
I know. Yeah, no, I don't understand that part of it. But we can get a whole nother episode just on that aspect. On a side note for that, apparently today, the guys at for Rick and Morty, Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon, decided to actually finally host their little party to actually try the Szechuan sauce. And they were playing the Mulan soundtrack in the background. And they found out that Justin has never seen Mulan.
Yeah, motherfucker who loves the Szechuan sauce has never seen the movie.
And it was like, and stop, let me grab the DVD. We are watching this now.
Oh, what even that? Wasn't it like Deadmau5 was the one who bought the $15,000 jug or something like that?
So the history behind that one, because the third, one of the 3 people who actually won it, actually put it on eBay. He was going to pay off some of his own bills. I understand that, but also sell a bunch of charity or donate a bunch of it to charity, which is awesome. I give props to the guy for that. The guy also talked to the creators of Rick and Morty on it. He also got in touch with the head chef at McDonald's, and he was cool with it. So everything was working out well. The winning bid was like $15,000 change. That winning bidder backed out. Deadmau5 got a hold of him and was like, "I still want to buy this," and they made a deal. They didn't disclose how much he paid for it, but it was a sizable amount. Yeah. But yes, Deadmau5 actually acquired.
Okay, I remember when I read the article. It's like Deadmau5 is the one who bought the jug.
He did. It just wasn't through.
So
eBay.
apparently, I missed that mid part where it's like whoever tried to do this was probably some asshole. It's like bid. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's happening.
Whatever.
So,
You know how to make our own.
Came out really good too.
Put that shit on everything, even my pizza and my nuggets.
Oh, good times. All right, guys. I mean, is there anything else we need to talk about? I think we talked about everything.
Yeah, I mean, what? Not anything else really in the big nerd world right now is fucking Game of Thrones, but that's never really. We're not.
Fucking Game of Thrones.
Recap
Game
you
of
on
Thrones.
shit.
Fucking Game of Thrones.
So I mean, yeah.
We're good.
I think so.
Yeah, you can watch the leaks from whoever hacked HBO, but why? Just
Which
watch
one?
Yeah, fair enough. Just wait on Sunday and watch it. If you watch it today, now you have to wait a week and a half before the next one.
Did you see the article that someone actually found out that the Night's Watch, like their extra little cape bit, is actually a rug that you could buy at IKEA? So IKEA, like 2 days later, like, yeah, it's this rug. If you can buy it, this is how you turn it into your fucking cape.
And they did it in the style of their instruction manuals too. Like, here it is. You cut this part out, put it
like
over your
literally
shoulder.
just a straight line here, and then the circle for your head, and you're good to go.
Good time.
That's someone embracing the fact that's like, yeah, this is a thing apparently.
Yeah. He said millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars on this.
How many rugs do you think they're probably going to sell because of that?
Oh, jeez.
Because their shit's not expensive.
And you know they're going to throw that like dead center front when you open up.
That's going to be like, there's going to be a giant bin of what looks like dead animals.
Mm-hmm. And some vague reference to Game of Thrones because they don't have the license to say the actual name. But they will make a boatload of cash on that.
You won't need to do that. At some point you can literally, because it's all made up Swedish.
It's word of mouth.
Anyways. Word of mouse. You could literally just have a picture of like a doodle of Jon Snow or something there and be like, fucking do it.
Or just say, you too can be the king of the north.
Your watch begins here with this sweet rug.
It's gonna happen.
But anywhoozle,
Yeah.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
see you guys
stopping by.
Thanks for hanging
It's
out.
been fun.
Oh, for Geeks and Drinks, I'm Jason.
Thanks for indulging my jackassery.
You're always a jackass, but so am I.
It's nothing new. Cheers, Internet.
Cheers, Internet.